Sloka 43. Komal, we will do chanting.
Didi.
Sloka 43. And I hope you all have said, Shree Krishna ji, we are offering the class to you. And you are practicing for all your karmas, all your day-to-day routine, your primary duty. ठीक है, Sloka 43, Chapter 1. Doshe rete
दोषे रेते
kulaghnana
कुलघ्नाना
varna sankara
वर्ण संकर
कारकैः
कारकैः
उत्साद्यन्ते
उत्स्याद्यन्ते
जाति धर्मा
जाति धर्मा
कुल धर्माश्च
कुल धर्माश्च
शाश्वतः.
शाश्वतः.
Thank you. Shloka 44. उत्सनकुल
उत्सनकुल
धर्माणां
धर्माणां
मनुष्याणां
मनुष्याणां
जनार्दन
जनार्दन
नरके
नरके
नियतं
नियतं
वासो
वाशो
भवतीत्य
भवतीत्य
नुशुश्रुम.
नुशुश्रुम.
Very good. Now Shloka 45. Aho bata
अहो बत
महत्पापं
महत्पापं
कर्तुं
कर्तुं
व्यवसिता
व्यवस्थिता
वयं
वयं
यद्राजय
यद्राजय
सुखलोभेन
सुखलोभेन
हन्तुं
हन्तुं
स्वजना
स्वजन
मुद्यताः.
मुद्यताः.
Good, thank you. So we did now 3 shlokas chanting. So meaning part 43. Arjun and Sri Krishna ji are standing in between both the armies. They are standing in the battlefield called Kurukshetra, the greatest historic epic war of our Indian history, Mahabharat. So Arjun is emotional. He's totally confused. He's explaining that why he don't want to wage the war, because he is the warrior, and still he's saying, I don't want to fight. And he's giving all the reasons to Sri Krishna ji and expecting some help from him, but Sri Krishna ji is giving him time to vent out, to express himself completely, and waiting for the correct time to talk, to give the teachings of Gita ji to Arjun, and actually for the humankind. So Arjun is the source, Arjun is the way through which we got the Gita in our life. So here in chapter 4, Sri Krishna ji will tell that why he has come on earth and why he has told Gita to Arjun. So we will see in that time. We will see now 43. Arjun is talking to Sri Krishna ji. Dose through evil deeds, ete this kulagnanam of those destroy the family, varna sankara contaminated character, karake causing, utsadyante are ruined, jati dharma social and family welfare activities, kula dharma family traditions, cha and shashvata eternal. So Arjun continues. Remember, he talked about the ancestors, he talked about the family, he talked about the women, he talked about the kids. So, he talked what will happen in the war and what will be the after effect of the war for each and every, relation or the people who are left in the house, because here all the male members have come to fight. So he continues that through the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus gives rise to unwanted and contaminated characters, a variety of social and family welfare activities are also ruined. Now he's talking about the society. Before that, he was talking about the family. So now he's telling that what will happen when family is affected, when family is contaminated, when family goes into, no, in the bad path or the wrong path, when they are not following the traditions, when they will not do any devotional thing, this devotional activities or spiritual activities, then it will affect the society as well. It will affect the social activities as well. So he's now saying, now he's thinking about as society as a, no, as a part, because it matters a lot. If we are living in a good society, educated society, then the life is easy. What if you stay in a, not, no, bad peoples are there, corrupted peoples are there, no, we can say all that theft or gundaraj society, we cannot go and stay there because we are not like that. So this is what Arjun is saying. Then when they will stop their family traditions, they are not following any rules, that will affect the society also. It will affect the society, it will affect the people, country. So just imagine Arjun's point of view, his perception. He is thinking about so far, you know. Personally, then family, then society. So he's just trying to convince Sri Krishna ji that anyhow you just say that, chalo, we'll go back again. No need to fight. So he's trying to convince, he's trying to, vent out, he's trying to just try to stop the war and, save people who are come down to die. Okay, fine. Now he's going to explain. Ragini, ma'am. Okay.
Just give me 2 minutes. I'm
No
just
problem.
coming out.
Archana, ma'am.
So in this shloka, this is just before this, Arjuna and Shri Krishna are standing in the middle of both the armies, and they are. So now this is a time when Arjuna is feeling that he should not go for the war. This war shouldn't happen, and all the bad things that would follow after the war. And first he spoke about what it will bring to the family, to the children, to the women, and all of that. And finally, in this shloka, he is talking about the society, the ill effects of the war on the society. So he's saying because of this, the society also will be contaminated and will not be good, or the age-long traditions will be extinct and everything will get over. So he's basically trying to convince Sri Krishna ji that he should say something, and in some way or the other, he should be able to stop the war.
You. Shloka 44, the meaning part. Utsana, destroyed or eroded. Kula dharmanam, whose family tradition. Manushyanam, of such human beings. Janardhan is Sri Krishna ji's another name, meaning the one who look after the public. Narake, in hell. Aniyatam, indefinite. Vasha, dwell or reside. Bhavati, happens. Iti, thus. Anushruma, I have heard. So now he's calling Sri Krishna ji as O Janardhan. He's saying, I have heard that. I have heard from learned people, wise people, that those who destroy family tradition dwell in hell for an indefinite period of time. That means they will go to hell for indefinite time. We cannot predict for how long. So he's saying that now he's going, that what will happen to those people who will die. who will do all these evil karmas, who will not follow any rules and regulations of the family, what will happen to them when they die? So he's saying that after these people die, they will go to hell and for an indefinite period of time. So why Arjun is telling that? Because he is also a very wise man. Arjun was not an ordinary man. He was a very wise man and the, what do you say, pure and the true and favorite devotee of Sri Krishna. So he knows that there is a life after this life. We know only this life, right? Many people have the mentality, we will live now. Who knows what will happen after we die? This is the mentality of ignorant people who don't have the knowledge what is there after the life. But Arjun is not ignorant. He is a very wise man. He knows that there is a life after this body also. So he's worried about that life also. He's saying that this soul will go in hell for indefinite time, and that life is more difficult and dangerous. And no, it's a hell. What we say, hell. He knows that. That is why he's valuing that part as well. So he is also a very wise man, and still he is saying that I have heard from other learned peoples that this type of people will go in hell. So we also learn something that we should also value, and we should also try to understand that there is a life after this life as well, and we need to collect good points or good marks for that life which nobody knows. Even though it has been mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, there is a Hari Gita which is been chanted when somebody dies in a house. So if you hear that Hari Gita, you will understand that we should actually focus over there, because we know this life, it is very easy, but after this life, it is so challenging. So we need to keep collecting good points so that after this life, the soul goes to Sri Krishna. That's it. No need to suffer so long, that 12, 13 days, that 13 days, that soul is going through so many difficulties. Then after that 13 days to next 11 months, again the soul has to, go so many different, every month it has to travel a different way. Sometimes it has to travel only on water, only on fire, only on stones. So if you hear the Hari Gita, you will come to know. So this is what Arjun is worried about. For the souls who will get corrupted if this war happens, and no, they will be very upset, and that is why they will be corrupted. Otherwise, they are fine. Okay, so now who is going to explain? Anyone? Ragini ma'am, you are ready?
Yes. Yeah, so Arjun says that he has heard from people that if a person commits so many crimes and gets into war with his own relatives and brothers, after death they will suffer in hell. And so he's trying his best to see if the war can be prevented. So he says people will suffer in hell and we should avoid getting into the war, because that is what he has heard from other people.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we'll move to the next shloka. 45. Aho, that is a sound loss. We say we sometimes make that sound. So that is that. But it's unfortunate, Mahat great papam sins kartum to perform, Vyavastita have decided, Vayam we yet because Raja Shukha Lobhena, desire for kingly pleasure, Hantum to kill, Swajanam, kinsmen or relatives, Udyat intending or wanting. So Arjun is after telling so much, he's like, is giving that expression, and he's saying that all these things is for what? Just for the kingdom? just for the kingly pleasure, just for to become a king, just for to get the wealth. He's seeing that only for this, so many bad things will happen. Why? He's asking that. Why to do this great sin? Why should I kill my kinsmen? Why should I kill my relatives? Why should I kill my friends? So this is the nature or character of a wise man. They don't see that pleasure. They see the pain of others. That is what Krishna Bhagavanji want us to be like. That we should not be selfish. We should be able to see pain, no pain and the difficulties of others as well. It is not that you are always only for you. You are just living for yourself. No. He is saying you should have a heart, you should have a feeling, you should have senses that you can feel the pain of a stranger as well. Not just your family. Family, so obviously we are worried about our family. Then we are worried about our next immediate family. But what about the strangers? What about the relatives or friends or someone like Duryodhan? If there's someone is in our life and we are worried about that person as well, even though Duryodhan is always thinking bad of Arjun and Pandavas, still Arjun is having the soft corner and he's saying that give away everything to Duryodhan. I don't want anything. At least nobody will be died. No one will go in the wrong path. So this is what the character or a wise man nature, and this is what Sri Krishna ji also want us to have, the nature in us that will come gradually when we read Bhagavad Gita. So on this point, I'll share one more thing that we hear ambulances going on, like sometimes we hear ambulance going on. So why don't you pray? You can pray, Sri Krishna Bhagavan ji, please help the soul, body in the ambulance. Please forgive their karmas and be with them and help them. Because we don't know how that person is in the ambulance, how badly that person is affected. It can be anything. So we can do this. We can try to add on some good things in our nature. That we pray for some stranger. So start doing that. Gradually you will be habituated and you can keep sharing with others as well, that we can pray in this way. So this what I do actually. So I'm just sharing with you all. And here also is the Arjun's character, that he is thinking, he is having that feeling that kingdom and the money and the pleasure and the wealth is nothing. He's saying all the consequences and the circumstances and what will happen after the war, this is it's not worth. It's not at all worth having that kingdom and the kingly pleasure. This is the feeling of Arjun. Sloka 45. Who is going to explain? Voluntarily. We have two options.
Shall I
Yes,
explain,
Mamta.
ma'am?
Yeah, please, ma'am.
So here Arjuna is telling to Krishna, he is, showing his grievance by telling Aho, that is Ayo, what would happen after the war. That is, he is telling how it would have the bad consequences after the war, and just for the pleasure or the kingdom's sake, if they are going to wage the war, it is such a huge a wrong thing that they are going to do. So he is telling Krishna that it is such a big sin that we are getting into, and we are getting ready for such a sin, and he is trying to, he is expecting Krishna to speak or to tell that no need of waging the war, and we'll get back.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. We will do 2 more shlokas and we will end chapter 1 today. Shloka 46. Shloka 46. Who will do the chanting? Komal, tumhi kar. Komal chanting karo.
हाँ दीदी.
Shloka 46. Yadi mama
यदि माम
pratikara
प्रतीकार
Mashastram.
Masastram.
Shastra.
Shastra.
Panayah.
Panayah.
Dhartarashtra.
Dhartarashtra.
Ranehanyus.
Ranehanyus.
Tanme shemataram.
Tanme semataram.
Bhavet.
Bhavet.
Sloka 47. This is the last sloka of chapter 1. And Sanjay has come into picture. Sanjay Uvacha.
Sanjay Uvacha.
Eva Muktvar.
Eva Muktva.
Juna Sankhye.
Juna Sankhye.
Rathopastha.
Rathopastha.
Upavishat.
Upavishat.
Visrijaya.
Visrijaya.
Samsharam Chapam.
Sansaram Chapam.
Shoka.
Soka.
Samvignamanasaha.
Sambignamanasah.
Thank you. Now the meaning part, Shloka 46. Arjun is continuing. He's talking to Sri Krishna ji. Yadi if mama me apratikarkam unresisting ashastram unarmed shastrapanaya, those with weapons in hand, Dhartarashtraha, the sons of Dhritarashtra, Rane, on the battlefield, Hanyu shall kill, Tat, that, me to me, Shemataram, better, Bhavet would be. So now Arjun is saying that, no, he's saying Arjun is surprised that despite being aware that this war would only bring misfortune to all, those who were in the battlefield and the families they would leave behind. They were all hankering to commit the sin. He started with the word aho, which means alas. He had enumerated all the possible dangerous results that were imminent if this war took place. But he was ignoring the very fact that if the wrongdoers were not punished, it would cause greater damage to the society. So often we keep blaming the circumstances or others, but turn a blind eye towards our own weaknesses. So actually this was for dharma and adharma. But Arjun is ignoring that part, and Arjun is looking about the relatives and the friends. So Arjun's justification for not killing his greedy cousins and relatives was driven by his own attachment and compassion towards them. Even though he felt it was a sin to kill them, as they were his relatives, he did not realize that his sentiments were actually materialistic and not spiritual, or not equanimous, or he was not neutral. So this is what he is getting attached to the material things. So on this, Sri Krishna ji will give a teaching he will give a teaching on Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga is to be equanimous, to be neutral. So Sri Krishna ji Bhagwan ji got one point to talk about Karma Yoga, because he is getting very much attached to material things. So he had forgotten his dharma. What is Arjun's dharma? He's a warrior. So warrior's dharma is to wage the war, to fight against the wrong. But Arjun is saying it's okay if they are wrong also, let them take all the property and all. I don't want, and I don't want to kill anyone. So that is what he's not following his dharma, his primary duty. Same way we should also follow our primary duty. So on this also Krishna Bhagwan ji will tell that Arjun has to follow his primary duty. So we are Arjun. Krishna Bhagwan is talking to us. He will talk to us. we now are expressing that we don't want to do our primary duty. So his delusion had come to a point where he was willing to drop his weapon and allow his enemy to kill him unarmed. So here he is telling that I will lay down, I will not have any arms in my hands, and let the sons of the Dhritarashtra kill me in this war. So basically this situation, when it comes that we have given up, okay, let whatever happens, let it happen. I cannot fight anymore. This situation also come in the life. Many times it comes that we are fighting. We are trying to solve a situation, but we are not trying to solve it. And then finally what will happen? We'll give it up. Okay, chalo, whatever happens, it happens. I cannot do anything anymore. So this is what the situation of Arjun. Okay, I think Rashmi ma'am's turn.
श्री कृष्ण यहाँ अर्जुन बोल रहा है कि मैं वो सब करने को अभी तैयार नहीं हूँ, मैं क्षत्रिय हूँ पर अपना धर्म नहीं निभाना चाहता, क्योंकि मैं नहीं चाहता कि ऐसी चीजें हो जो कि वो दूसरों का दुख सहन कर पा रहा है और उनके दुख को देखकर कि वो इस लाइफ में ही नहीं, वो अगली लाइफ में भी उनके साथ इतना नुकसान होगा और वो नेक्स्ट लाइफ में भी सफर करेंगे। ये लाइफ को देखते हुए, उनकी फीलिंग्स को देखते हुए वो अपने धर्म को भूल रहा है कि वो क्षत्रिय है, और वो बोल रहा है कि अभी अगर धृतराष्ट्र के पुत्र मुझे मारना चाहते हैं तो मैं रेडी हूँ उसके लिए, अपने शस्त्रों का को छोड़ने के लिए भी तैयार हूँ युद्ध भूमि में, और मैं अपना धर्म नहीं निभाऊं तो वो ही मेरे लिए अच्छा रहेगा इस समय। तो मतलब अर्जुन हम बने हुए हैं यहाँ पर, और हमें बताया जा रहा है कि हम जैसे एक सिचुएशन में आके हम ऐसे हो जाते हैं कि नहीं हो पाएगा हमसे आगे, और हम अपने शस्त्र गिरा देते हैं, अपनी प्राइमरी ड्यूटीज को भूल जाते हैं। यहाँ वो सिचुएशन आ गई है अभी। अब श्री कृष्ण जी हमें कर्मयोग के बारे में बताएंगे नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में।
So last shloka, Sanjay Uvacha, Sanjay has said, Evam Muktva, speaking thus, Arjun, Samkhye in the battlefield, Ratha Upshate on the chariot, Upavishat sat, Vishrija casting aside, Sahasram along with arrows, Chapam the bow, Shoka with grief, Samvigna distressed, Manasa mind. So now Sanjay has come into picture and he's narrating to the blind king Dhritarashtra that after speaking all this, Arjun just sat down on his chariot he was overwhelmed with the grief. And he was holding this bow and arrow, and he just left them down and sank into the seat of his chariot. So he has expressed completely, he has given up, and he just sat down and he just left all his bow and arrow. And thus ends the first chapter, which is called Arjun Vishada Yoga, or the Yoga of Arjun's dejection. This is taken from Srimad Bhagwad Gita, a conversation between Lord Shree Krishna ji and Arjun on the science of yoga, or the lesson of life, which is the knowledge of ultimate reality called Brahma Vidya or Paravidya. So Gita is known as Paravidya, and what we get are the knowledge from our school and colleges are called Aparavidya. So the message of the first chapter of Gita is this: the root cause of all the sorrows and suffering in this world is our inability to deal with the conflict. When we are not able to deal with a certain situation. That is why the Gita was taught to Arjun in the middle of the gruesome battlefield. Conflict is everywhere. We have to learn to handle it. And when we have to learn to handle it, the sooner we recognize this universal truth about conflict and its impact, the sooner we can progress in our personal, professional, and ultimately the spiritual journey. Obviously, it's only the situations that we need to handle. Only the people, the relations, and the conflicts happen within the family. Strangers are not going to come and give trouble to us. It's our family, it's our relatives, it's our friends with whom we are attached. And they only create the problems and we need to deal with it. We need to understand that how to overcome it. You know? So there are many things we will come to know slowly and gradually. So this is the last shloka. Anybody would like to explain? Quickly, we have only 4 minutes. Yes, ma'am.
तो यहाँ पर अर्जुन अपना, अभी संजय आ गए पिक्चर में और वो संजय बता रहे हैं कि इस समय अब अर्जुन ने अपना जो गांडीव है वो गिरा दिया है और अपने जो शस्त्र है वो गिरा के बिल्कुल वो ऐसे हो गया है कि दैट ही इज सल्किंग एंड ही इज ड्राउनिंग इन दिस, अपने सीट पे बैठ के गिर गया है और वो कह रहा है कि अब मैं और कुछ नहीं कर सकता युद्ध भूमि में। इस प्रकार अर्जुन अपना धनुष गिराकर और शोक कर रहा है कि अब हमें ये नहीं करना चाहिए। और हमारी लाइफ में ऐसा ही होता है कि जिनके हम करीब होते हैं, जब हमें उनके साथ अगर किसी चीज के साथ हम सहमत नहीं होते तो एक पॉइंट के बाद हम अपना कर्म छोड़ देते हैं और उस सिचुएशन से हार मान लेते हैं और सब चीज अपने शस्त्र गिराकर, मतलब अपनी जो हमारे में कैपेसिटी होती है वो भी हम उस रीजन तक भी हम नहीं आ सकते और वी जस्ट लीव आवरसेल्व्स कि शायद नहीं हो पाएगा, हम अपनी आशाओं पे पूरी तरह खरे नहीं उतर पाते। तो जो हमसे करीब होते हैं हम वो वही होते हैं, हमारे रिलेटिव्स, हमारे दोस्त, और ऐसा संजय बता रहे हैं धृतराष्ट्र को।
Thank you so much. So today we finished chapter 1. Tomorrow you all have the test. And whoever does the test nicely will get a cash reward. ठीक है, सर्टिफिकेट्स और छोड़िए, वो टेम्पटिंग नहीं लगता है, नहीं. सो देयर विल बी कैश रिवॉर्ड एंड रैंडमली आप सबका टेस्ट होगा. डोंट बी एब्सेंट प्लीज, बी स्पोर्टिव. आप लोगों ने चैप्टर 1 किया 47 श्लोकास. इट्स नॉट एन इजी टास्क. ना, यू हैव द ब्लेसिंग्स, यू आर द चोजन वंस. सो be the chosen ones, be the privileged ones, chant the shlokas, at least just try to read it. रश्मि जी सबसे अच्छा पढ़ते हैं क्योंकि उन्होंने ऑलरेडी पढ़ रखा है. तो आप सब भी कर सकते. इट्स नॉट डिफिकल्ट, बहुत इजी है. बस चैंटिंग 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 करो and you will get the perfection. So please come tomorrow. We will have a small test and the reward is the cash reward. And we'll see. चैंटिंग करना बहुत जरूरी है. एज आई कीप ऑन सेइंग, जो होता है ना अभी ये जो सिचुएशन है अभी लाइफ में, नाउ द सिचुएशन कम्स, हाउ टू डील विद इट. सो डीलिंग विद इट, chanting the shlokas is the best way. You will not even realize and you have already finished that situation. That situation has come and it went off as well, and in a very less impact. You are realizing, okay, something is there going on and it already went also. So all this I am sharing through my personal experience. So chant as much as possible you can. You just chant. You like to sing a song, on that tune you chant the shlokas. Like, we need entertainment, we need change. We are humans, we get bored very quickly. We need constant change, constant new things. So you can do that. Like whatever tune or whatever song you like, you sing the shlokas in that tune. You never know, you come up with a nice tune for the shlokas. And you can start your YouTube channel. So, so keep chanting the shlokas, please. That is very important. That is now very important. Okay, chanting and कोमल तुझे तो बहुत ज़्यादा करना चाहिए. And one more thing, from April 1st, 3 o'clock Hindi batch is going to start. If anybody of your friends or relatives want to join, who want to listen in Hindi, explanation part. So that will be purely Hindi class. Chanting will be the same. It can be any language. Explanation will be in Hindi. It's going to disconnect Do come tomorrow. Don't be